Today I got a new gadget that I'm going to install in the van. It's pretty simple. Doesn't require much installation, but I always take things to a different level. What the gadget is simply a temperature sensor. I want to measure the temperature in different places in the van. Specifically, the reason I got this is to measure the temperature of where the lithium batteries are. In my garage area, I placed one of these sensors right next to the lithium batteries, and it actually will monitor 4 different areas. One of the areas being wherever this monitor is, and then there are 3 separate sensors that you can place in different areas. So one of them, like I said, I just placed next to my lithium batteries. That's in the garage area. A second one I'm going to place under the van, get the temperature in the shade, and the next one is going to go on the roof of the van, just under the deck, so I can get the temperature in the sunlight, or maybe when it's snowing. So that's what this is about, and if you're interested in this, there'll be a link in the description. So here we go. So the first one is going to go just underneath the deck on the top of the van. To do that, I want to be able to just slide it in and slide it out. These sensors, they're rated for outdoor use, but let's be serious. They just got this slide in, slide off cover that covers up the battery. So I want to protect them a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to use this high density foam that actually was packaging for the lithium batteries when I received them. So I saved this, and I've used pieces of it for all kinds of things during the van build. So we're going to cut out an area here so that this can be enclosed by this foam, and then that foam will slide right underneath the deck. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm hoping that that will slide right underneath the deck boards up on top. Now I'm going to cut a slot, or maybe I'll just pop a couple holes in here because I want water to be able to drain through the bottom. So I'm going to put a couple holes all the way around because we wouldn't want this to fill up with water. That'd be the worst thing. And then this thing would be flooded. So we've got to put some holes in there. We just want this as a holder, and so that it'll stay where we place it. So let's go see if it fits. I'm hoping I can squeeze this under these deck boards right here. I can tell that's going to be way too tight. So I need to shave this off. I'll be right back. All right, got a piece of scrap. My favorite little knife here. I'm going to slice this off. This foam is awesome. It cuts, it machines well, they would say. So nice and easy to cut. Cool. And I cut right through it in some places, but that's okay. That'll let the water come out. We just want this as a holder so it doesn't slide around too much in there. So I think this is going to work. Let's give it a try. That's it. That's all I want. Easy to take out. It's not going to slide around too much. It's got a nice snug fit. If I notice it slides, it's sure not going to go anywhere, because when the hatch is closed, it can't fly out, and it can only go back about 10 inches. So it may slide back and forth. Actually, I don't even think it'll do that. But with the motion of the van, it might, but that's okay. So that's number one. I know this is not going to give us a perfect temperature reading, but it'll give us an idea of what the temperature is on the surface of the deck. Now let's go below and put the one under the van to get the temperature in the shade. It's really good and cloudy here. Try to get this done before it rains. So the number 3 sensor is up there under the deck. I'm going to take the number 2 sensor and I'm going to place it under the van. Now, I know it's not going to give us scientifically accurate readings, but it'll give us a general idea. Under the van, it'll tell us what the temperature is in the shade. So, to protect this, I've got an old piece of PVC pipe that I'm going to slide it into, and then I'm going to use that foam and make 2 plugs for it so that it'll keep the weather out. I will put a couple small holes in the PVC pipe so if any water does get in, it'll drain out, because we don't want the moisture in there, because it'll destroy this. These are not very expensive, but if I protect it a little bit, it'll probably last a lot longer. And if it goes bad, I'll just buy another one. So I got this old piece of cut off PVC tube that I'm going to just take and slide it in, and then I'm going to make 2 plugs and plug it, and I'm going to drill holes in this and zip tie it under the van. Take a look. There we go. Put that line on the bottom just so that I know that's the bottom where the holes are. So when we mount it underneath the van, we'll know which way the holes are, so it'll drain. Now under the van here, you can see we've got these cross beams that towards the back here hold our water tanks up. We got this tube for our extension cord that when I'm in friendly territory at home I can plug in. And this is basically just an extension cord, so we can plug in the refrigerator that's in the van, and I don't have to rely on any of the batteries when we're just sitting at home. And then here's our tube, and since it's convenient, I'm just going to take and mount this right up top up here, and then I'm just going to zip tie it in here. So I decided to put a hole in here so I can put a bolt through and then use that bolt to hold it in place. That way I'll be sure it doesn't come out or fall off in any place. That with a stainless steel bolt and a stainless steel nut, and we're good to go. installed for over 6 months now, and it's held in place with 1/4 inch stainless steel bolt onto my super strut bracket here, and it's been doing great. In the back, I got one zip tie, and when I first put it on, I held it in place with some painter's tape, which is still there. And these have been working really well for us. It's really interesting to know the temperature under the van and on top of the roof deck. Let's take a look. With this button here, you can switch the channels. Right now, this little icon is on shade. Press the button, I can get down to deck. And right now, up on the roof deck, it's 95 degrees. If I hit this button, I get the maximum temperature it ever was, 152 degrees Fahrenheit. And the minimum was 42 degrees. Hit the channel button again, I go down to the inside, or where this thermometer unit is, currently 95 degrees. The maximum was 130, and the minimum was 44. So far, it's been a great little unit. I have never needed to replace the batteries yet so far, and we've had it about a year. So if we take a look at the display, the garage area is 66.7 degrees. In the shade under the van, it's 55.9. Up on top of the deck, it's 66.5. And where the sensor sits on my sink counter here, it's 65.3 degrees. Now, do we need to know this stuff? Not really, but it's just a guy thing. It's interesting to know the temperatures. And quite often, up on the deck, it can be over 100 degrees, or in the shade, it's only 80 degrees. Today, it's a chilly afternoon in Western New York, and we've got beautiful, cool temperatures. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put it in the comments, and hopefully you'll subscribe and see my next video. Thank you for watching.